Hello from my living room floor. I went to Imola to spend the weekend with my dad and watch the F1 race. I got this one very cheap on eBay, so I think I'm gonna build it up while I tell you a little bit about that race weekend. It kinda makes me feel like I'm 12 again, building up a Lego set. You're probably thinking, Lucas, I thought you all about rugby, and you are right, but for me, as a German, growing up in a time where Michael Schumacher built his legacy, you can't get around F1, at least not where I came from. My dad used to say stuff like, hey, let me quickly watch the start of the race, but I'll be honest, I kinda lost track of it, and then this happened. Got a little happy Senna. A little Brazilian flag. We took an early flight from Berlin to Bologna and headed straight to the racetrack on Saturday in hope to watch free practice 3, but we didn't make it in time, but we still had the F2 sprint race and of course the qualifying for that day. So we used the spare time we had before the sprint race to check out the fan zone, where you had the opportunity to do some sim racing, pit stop challenge where you do a tire change, and of course they had a big stage with a DJ to entertain the fans.
Let's get this party.
Oh, there we got an engine. And then it was time for the sprint race, and believe me or not, these cars were loud already. And after the formation lap, it was lights out. We used the sprint race to find a good spot to watch the qualifying and a place where we can watch the race the next day. After the sprint race, it was of course time for a little beer. Her damit. Prost. We getting there, and then it was time to see F1 cars for the first time in action. And I was wondering, why did they need these huge steel ropes, and unfortunately Yuki showed me why. Feelings of the Italians were obviously mixed. After qualifying, both Ferraris and Kimi Antonelli knocked out in Q2. After qualifying, we checked out some cars they had on display in the fan zone, for example Lamborghini Countach and a Pagani. the last stop for the day was the Senna Memorial, who passed away in Imola in 1994. So the next day started with probably the most painful taxi drive I ever had in my life. So you need to take a taxi from a hotel to Bologna Central Station. It was like 20 minutes to 30 minutes depending on traffic. Then jump into the train, another 20 to 30 minute train ride to Imola, and then a 20-minute walk. Best case scenario. Or what the receptionist recommended us, to take a taxi and go straight to Imola. And he said it would be 90 to 120 euros. So we were thinking back and forth and decided to just buy ourselves some time. But yeah, turns out we paid 220 euros to get to Imola, to the racetrack. And I was a little bit upset. But we made it to the track in time. Took the Amex fast lane to get inside. So we saved another 20 minutes and went straight to the Arc Minerali, where we wanted to watch the race. On race day, you have to be very early to get a good view on the track if you not have a reserved seat. And we thought we were early enough. Turns out there was not a single piece of grass free where we could sit or even stand to have a good view on the track and on the monitor to follow the race. But we were lucky. We walked a little bit along the fence, someone must have left, and we got front row seats right at the fence. We grabbed our camping chairs and said, alright, this is the place for the day. And we didn't left. And then it was racing again, the Porsche Supercup. It's crazy to see Street Legal 911 GT3 Cups to race on a racetrack. Imagine pulling one of these cars over the German Autobahn. That sounds like good fun. Oh. No! Got it. Went straight under the sofa. Remember when I said F2 cars were loud early in the video? The classics went on track, and believe me, they made them sound like a Tesla. Very loud. I understand now why all the drivers once the intense back. They were screaming, they were so loud, but sounded so nice. Oh, very nice. Almost as fast as the pit crew. Speaking of pit stops, it was of course hammer time. Lights out in Imola. Thankfully, through the race radio, we were all updated what's going on the track, and seeing these cars fly by in full race pace, battling, that was such a great experience. But there was one more highlight to come. We were allowed to go onto the racetrack. Great ending to a great race weekend. I am very happy that I did it, that I spent some quality time together with my dad. So, stickers. This is what you get from LEGO. But I ordered some with the original sponsors to make it a little bit more authentic. McLaren is done, the race weekend is over. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, maybe give it a thumbs up, like a little. Or if you don't want to miss out on any future videos, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.